All right, I'm back on this one. I think this is the second, third or fourth video on this. So this is the one. Listen to this. I had, I think, roughly 249 to 260 PSI on the high side yesterday when I charged this up. They put a new compressor. This is an aftermarket Holley kit. So that's a Holley compressor. I don't know who makes that compressor. Everything is a Holley kit. Water pumps, pulleys, everything. I had them put on a new receiver dryer because it had their original from 1970. I had 58 PSI to 61 PSI on the low side. Now you see what this has in it? So I had 58 to 61 PSI in the low side. I had 230, 49, all the way up to 200, maybe 60 or 80 at times on the high side. Expansion valve stuck wide open. Now, there's going to be guys who are going to say, but wait a minute. When the expansion valve is wide open, doesn't the high side come down and the low side go up? That's all I'm going to say. If you don't know your system, you can't diagnose. And if I believe yesterday, if I showed the sight glass, it was foggy. It was all bubbles. So the sight glass was all bubbles and foam. A lot of bubbles. Now it's crystal clear. So expansion valve wide open, the high pressure skyrocketed, the low pressure only went up to 58 to 61. This is what we're at now. So I'll see you guys later. The fan system is very important, what you're looking on fans. So we have dual electric fans. It's bypassed right now. You can see how low that high side is with those two fans on constantly like that, and a working expansion valve that's correct. So now they got to get the insulation. Let's see if I can play with this a little bit. Okay, we're gonna have to insulate. We gotta get some new butyl and insulate that. But other than that, it's doing its job and it's working right. Expansion valve stuck wide open, high side through the roof, and low side just went up to 58 to 61. What a difference. And it's not reacting how the book tells you to react or what old timers told you to react. Because if you don't understand what things do, some funky numbers happen. And guys condemn and say, let's take this off and put in an accumulator. And they change the expansion valve over to an orifice tube system. They get rid of the receiver. And a lot of times they just misdiagnosed. They go, oh, my expansion valve is plugged up because it's going up to 250 or 300 PSI. And that was on a cold day yesterday. If it was a hot day, the high side probably would have went to 350 PSI. And especially if it had a thermal fluid fan clutch. See you guys later.